Welcome Sagittarius to the channel. It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. So guys, welcome here. Thank you so much for joining me for your October 2019 general tarot card reading. I will be using the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck to do this reading for you. So I hope that you do enjoy. Keeping in mind, guys, this is going to be a general reading based on the collective energy present at the time that I do the reading. So I hope it resonates. And I hope you enjoy it. However, if none of those two things happen, both of those two things, feel free to check out any other amazing tarot card reader on YouTube, or you might just need a private read. So I'm just gonna move the camera over a little bit because it's hogging the table. Okay, here we are. All right, so I'm gonna do a 50-50 split on the camera. I'm gonna keep it up here for a while and then move it down to the cards so you can see that too. Just trying to, I get different sort of feedback on what people like. So I want to do what works for everybody as much as possible because I'm here for you guys, right? So Sag, October 2019, general reading coming right up here for you. Just going to shuffle one or more, how big? Okay, one more time, and then we'll crack on with your reading. I feel like I need to do a deck cut and just grab that card here. And I've got something crooked on my desk, so I need to move it because I have like this OCD problem. So we've got the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands is she's just representing who you are right now. This really warm, open, loving, and she looks really fierce in the card, but that's just sort of the artwork in Tattoo Tarot. So I'm actually just seeing that you guys might be sticking up for yourselves a little bit more, sort of turning that caregiver that you've been reflecting out to everybody else, turning it more into you, which can only be good because I've been seeing a lot in your readings that you're really sort of exhausting yourself, taking care of other people, and it's not necessarily being reciprocated 100%, and it has been causing a little bit of like sort of a low level annoyance that could be possibly building into anger for many of you because you see yourself as doing so much for other people. It's like hello, how about doing it back for me, so you're starting to put that towards yourself, caring for yourself first, and it makes the rest of it a little bit easier to manage, right? Hold on. So we've got the Judgment card. So I'm seeing this really tied in with the Queen of Wands. You know how you could possibly be upset with other people, like why aren't you as amazing as me, and like why aren't you jumping up and cleaning the house, or why aren't you making dinner, or why aren't you doing these other things? And I think it's partially because you could have because you're just in the habit of doing so many things, could possibly have conditioned the people around you to a certain level of expectation that you are doing this because you just love it. And you probably do, but I think sometimes you would really like a break, and you're getting to the point where instead of like pulling the pin and having some sort of, and I say this with love, some sort of bout of like lunacy, and I've got kids, so I've been there, where you just kind of freak out and like, can't somebody else just freaking wash the dishes, where you just lose your mind or something like that. You know what I mean? You need to just ask instead of before you get there, and kind of, if you're having this sort of inner like, I can't believe they're just sitting there while I am like busting my butt to get everything done, you need to stop that inner voice and just say, hey, I could use a little help over here. Try that. Or hey, it's your turn to do this. It's seriously, can you go take care of that? Like, I'm done in. I'm gonna go have a bath while you do that. So it's okay to do that, you guys. It's definitely okay. Whatever your list looks like, if you've got children or a spouse or a roommate and they're lounging out like with Netflix, and then occasionally asking you to go grab them a tea or a coffee, or hey, why don't you go just do whatever, and you're like on a slow burn, like, are you even kidding me right now? So that's what I'm seeing here so far with these two cards. So I'm getting a lot of energy from you, Sag, that you're starting to really put yourself ahead of everything else, and it's amazing. Whew. So we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is somebody that is very, I really think of somebody that is really super successful, and then they just kind of move things off to the next person. Like once they figure that they're done with something, where they have achieved everything that they need to do, they push it off to the next person. They know that they can't handle everything by themselves. And it's okay to have a team around you. And that's kind of what I'm getting here, is that there could be some sort of impression that if you don't do it yourself, it's not going to get done at all or properly. But hold on. Absolutely no need to record a coughing fit. So sorry about that. So, but yeah, the King of Wands, this is the guy, he's like, okay, I'm going to get this done. And then when my part is done, I'm going to hand it off to the next person because they're fully capable of doing this. And if they're not capable, well, yeah, I'm just going to give them a little refresher and then I'm going to move on. So this could be happening in any aspect of your life. You know, like I said, it could be, you could be a parent with kids that just annoyingly sit there as if you're their servant, or it could be some sort of imbalance going on at work, or, you know, with your partner where they feel like they can just kind of come home and put their feet up on the couch while you become the maidservant, you know, for the rest of the evening. But there's some sort of imbalance here. And it does need a little bit more teamwork because you've pulled out the King and the Queen of Wands, and they work together, you know? They're the King and Queen. So that's what needs to happen here. And what is sitting in between them is the Judgment. How's that for awkward? Okay. So when you hear that voice coming up where you want to say to somebody else, yeah, it's really time for you to get your feet down and come over here and help me, find a way to say it in the nicest possible way, and you'll feel so much better about it. And then you'll also get something done twice as fast, and you'll probably have a little bit more fun. And I'm really seeing that some of you are having somebody in the workplace really taking advantage of how you want to come in and make sure everything's okay. So we've got the Chariot here, which is here to change your energy. And you can change the energy around you. You just have to take the reins and do it, guys. So I think this is pretty interesting kickoff. So let me go on a pause. I'm going to change the camera down to where you guys can see the cards as I pull them out. So uno momento. Here we go. So I really just want to see what's going on with the Chariot, because I'm seeing an opportunity for you guys to change the entire dynamic of this situation here, but it's going to take you. It's going to take you actually pushing some buttons here to offload things from your task list, or, you know, getting your family up to help you, getting your partner, you know, in life to buy in a little bit more. And changing people's perception of what you're willing to accept anymore. So you can get a little bit more peace and quiet for yourself, even though I think you've been doing this for an extremely long time, but I'm seeing that you're tired a little bit. Chariot, what's going on with the Chariot? So you need to have, yeah, definitely some strength here to go ahead and, you know, like, it's not going to make you a bad person because you want to do less and have people do more. That's exactly what the Queen of Wands does. She takes care of everybody else, you know, until she gets to the point where she pops, you know, and has one of those little meltdown fits that I was talking about earlier. And then she's like, oh, whoops, you know, and then kind of comes back and does more because she feels bad about having flipped out on everybody. But if other people were pulling their weight a little bit more, you wouldn't even get to that point to begin with. But, you know, the judgment, it isn't just for you. It isn't just for your inner dialogue to grumble along while you're doing somebody else's work in the workplace, or, you know, because people don't understand where the laundry basket is, and why are you the only person in the house that knows how to change the toilet paper roll for the love of God? Do you know what I mean? So I'm seeing that you guys are kind of at the brink here, and you want things to change. Like, you want to be able to take the break. You know, like, you deserve it. So it's going to take a little bit of a push from yourself. You're not doing anything wrong by wanting other people to own their responsibility. And then you just kind of can sit back and kind of crack the whip. You know what I mean? So we have the Knave of Cups here. The Knave of Cups, the messenger, wants to bring in this happy, emotional, loving energy here. So everything that you say, you can say it with love to other people. You have the cups just overflowing with love. And just so, like, looking people straight in the eye and being able to give this message. Like, the King of Wands here is like, hey, okay, I've done this much, so now it's your turn to do this much. And then you can sort of temper that off with all right, this is how we're going to split things up. But you can also really do it in such a way that, you know, people want to do things for you. You know, you can be so charming and just say, oh, I would just so appreciate it. And once you get used to it, then it'll be easier and easier for you to diversify your workload, whatever that looks like for you. And I'm seeing for some of you, you're volunteering. And like, once you start volunteering and you say yes to something, it's like the directors, they keep on giving you more and more and more and more. So you really just need to be able to stand up powerfully and say, okay, well, this is kind of what I agreed to do. And then here's the line and I'm done. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain yourself at all, but you can do it in such a way that you're so charming about it. And if you're not good at that, just practice a little bit. Go practice in front of your mirror, even if you feel silly for a little while. So, and then we have the Queen of Cups. You know, and she's very polished in the way that she speaks, and she just makes everything look so beautiful, and she's very sensitive and knows when the right time is to approach other people. And I think she's beautiful. So you can do things in a warm and loving way. And like, sort of the lesson to do this is before you start to get to like beast mode, you know? You kind of want to divert beast mode. It does have its time and place, but when you're asking people to do more for you, you want to kind of be, you know, more charming, you know, more Southern Belle. If you're a dude, figure it out. Like I'm a girl, so, but you know what I mean? Just find some way to be effusive and charming, and like, instead of, I'm sorry about the snort. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So you guys have a lot going on here. You've got way too much going on, and it feels like overwhelming. Like, what should I do first? I'm seeing a lot of frustration in your cards here, Sagittarius, that people just aren't pulling their own weight. But you have the charm to do this. You know, you're a fire sign. You're definitely outspoken when you need to be. So if your level is here before you like start telling people or asking people what to do, and then there's a tone in it, like, start here, like, recognize, or start making a list of what needs to be done, and doing like a wheel of like a rota, you know. Some people put charts on their fridge, or depending on where you are, like, really start taking control before it gets out of control. And then you feel like this, like walking around the house, like, "Grah," you know what I mean? Like a lumberjack storming, "Ah, everybody's so lazy," you know, because that people just scatter. They don't want to help you. You know, so really, real in beast mode, you guys. It does definitely have its time and place, but it's not here when you're trying to get people to walk with you instead of walking away from you. So you can really get this under control, guys, and start getting people to want to help you, and then just totally forgetting about that you've pieced off of your list. And then you can go have a nice hot bubble bath with a glass of wine, which is 100% better. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Take care. Many blessings. Bye.